Hola, senores. Kirk and Jason here with Kirk Giordano Plastering. A fella from Mexico, Jose, said, Kirk, you show me how you do the tops, and I've been waiting a month for a job where I got some actual tops and underneath windows. Well, that job's not here, so this one's gonna have to do. All right, Jose, I'll show you how I get it, but I'm gonna knock this little piece out. We are working in the heat right now. What I'm gonna do is work my way up, because if I start at the top, it's going to drop all over my own stuff. So I'm going to just plaster this thing out so I can get to that top. And we are working right now in about 100-degree weather, and it's a white background and a white roof. What does that mean? It's hot. That's what it means. Reminds me of about a long time ago. Buddy and me were working on a house, same situation, and it just happened to be one of the hottest days of the year. My face was as red as this tape, and the Filipino dude I was working with, his face was red because the sun was ricocheting off the wall, and it was burning the heck out of us. Anyway, lady come home, she says, "Oh my God, jump in the pool." And I thought, why? I was like 20 years old. She says, "You're going to have a heart attack." I thought, what's that? But anyway, I wasn't really working hard, but it was just hot. And it's like that right now. So, what I've done is, we've been soaking this board for about a half hour. Okay, coming up to the top now. What I do is I grab it here and push it up. I put it on from the top now. And get it? Push it up. See that move, guys? I put it on top here and squeeze it up there. Now for the inner corners, I'm taking a square trowel because obviously I can't use my pull trowel. And what I do is like so. Over here, two ways to do it. I get it here, squish it, and pull it. Again, I'll show you that. We kind of put it on here. Here's how I do it. Some spots like this where it's hard to get into, I'll take it, hit the trowel once, twice, and now it's going to stick. So I can, with motion, come and hit it like that. Or, better yet, I take it, push it. You guys sometimes see me do this. I'll take it from the bottom of the hawk and put it here, come up and push in. Now I'm going to use the heel right here. Put it here, push and pull. And a little falls off, no big deal. We have a cloth tarp over this bright white roof. I'm actually going to put it on way thick up here. Generally, you guys, if you watch what we do, I'd advise all of you guys to go about 3/8 of an inch thick, scratch it, then come back another day and do the brown coat. Me, I'm going to do both coats right now. Why? Because I got pretty good control of mud. I'll tell you, this hot day right here doesn't hurt as far as drying out this mud for a two-coat system. So what I'll do now here is, because we're going into not the roof, but we're going into existing stucco, is I'll kind of curve the trowel. This is where I like a pull trowel, because it got more flex. It'll flex, say like right here on a tie-in, especially up. I can pull it. And when those rafters get in the way, just avoid it, like so. Hey, staple. Okay, moving on. And what I do is I look for the rafters. I'm going to double this up while I'm here because I can. So if there's a rafter right here, what I do is I can fill this part up, then I can fill the back side or the opposite side, and then now here put it this way and pull it. That way that piece of wood won't impede my coats. 2 rafters, well, we can handle it. Sideways. All right, we're using up this mud quick. Let me give you I'll show you on the bottom here, but first I want to get my sides because that's just how I like to do it. Now generally, guys, we go 3/8 of an inch for a scratch coat, 3/8 for the brown. But we are using a 1 coat material. 1 coat material. Still, it doesn't mean put it on 1 inch thick because it won't hang. You go back to back and you do a scratch coat and you do a brown coat. You folks might say, well, why the heck they call it 1 coat if you have to do a scratch and a brown? Good question. Because 1 coat, they mean the same day you can do both coats. They're not saying at the exact same time. So you let the first coat set, and when you feel it's set proper, then you lay your second coat. I'm laying a second coat on this right now. Why? Because I can and I know how to work with this stuff. Let me finish up my top right here. Get up there, guys. Then what I'll do is take it sideways because it's all right. Now here, underneath the window, give me some loo. All right, stay under this window now. You can do it 2 ways. You can do it like I do and push hard. What I'll do is put it here and I can push it. I know what's happening under there. I'll show you an easy way too, guys, for you homeowners. You might say, hey, I have a hard time taking the mud off the trowel and pushing it this way. You take it off the bottom here and you push it. It's all in the wrist. Here's a simple way for homeowners. Pull it up. Pull it up right here. But first put your base coat on, like, okay, there. I'm going to do both coats right now, just to prove a point. If you know what you're doing, you can do exactly what I'm doing. All right, put 1 more. All right, now that that's done, now you put the next coat on and pull up. Yeah, I'm pulling up. I'm pulling up, and I'm trying to get my grounds where I can take my trowel and just swipe this, and that's done. By the way, too, guys, most 1 coat materials, if you drop some, you can pick it up almost immediately. If it sets on there any surface more than 10 minutes, leave it alone. Don't try to reuse it. 1 coat material is temperamental. No joke. A lot of do's and don'ts with 1 coat materials, but getting off of that and back onto how I do my windows underneath and the tops where ceilings are, just like this. I'll take a little bit more. I'm almost through a wheelbarrow right now. And again here, boom, take it under there. Yeah. Just to prove a point. Loose wire, you hit it, pull it back down. Okay, got a little bit of mud left here. What I'll do is finish out the rest, because Lou got to climb a ladder for this stuff. If you watch our stuff, you know Lou's no spring chicken. Okay, so now that I got that done, here I want to get it tight and flat. That way my next coat doesn't drop it. And again, guys, if you're not familiar with the hand use and how you move these trowels all in the wrist, scratch it, come back another day and brown it. Okay, now that that's done, where I have my scratch, say, now brown it. And again, guys, I can't emphasize this enough because a lot of you guys call me and say, dude, I tried to do exactly how you did it and it didn't come out right. But old Kirk only does one thing. And I do this pretty well. So this I can do all day long, guys. Whatever your trades are, more likely I can't. So don't think you're going to catch this by watching this video. It does take a little bit of hands-on experience. Okay, you got it right there. Now I'm going to get my window. I'm going to take the bottom. Woo! I'm talking hot. How hot is it? I'd say 100, and all this white walls and white thing are ricocheting the heat. All right, now we're going to come back up here. I'm putting my second coat on here. Boom. And do you need a derby, guys? Well, it depends on your abilities, because to get to know how to use a derby takes a long time. I learned how to use a derby because I worked behind a pump for about 4 years, and that's all I did all day long, use a derby. So you folks who don't have a derby and don't even want to know what a derby is, do like I'm doing. Put the mud on, go back and forth. Sideways. Okay, I'm going sideways. Pulling that here. Sideways. And I'm derbying this, so to speak, because my trowel is large enough. I'm going to put a little bit more on it to prove a point. Then I'll show you the benefits of that square trowel. Because a lot of people call and say, Kirk, you're not a real plasterer because you don't use the right tools. There's a swimming pool trowel I'm using, guys. And do you have to use one? No. I'm just partial to it. Started it 20-something years ago. I've been using it ever since. Whatever works for you guys, use it. It's kind of like folks call me and say, hey, Kirk, you're not a real plasterer because you can't pull it from the top. Well, pull it from the top or the bottom. If I pull it from the bottom, I can do two lifts off a hawk and empty it. If I'm pulling it from the top, say, so to speak, it's going to take me forever to do that. One guy I worked for, won't mention no names, I'll just say he's a bit of octopus excrement. But he was real firm on that. Hey, Kirk, I don't want you using taking it off the bottom. And I thought, why? He said, that's not how real plasterers do it. And I said, well, I can plaster faster. And so that question, which is asked when people see my videos and they go, dude, you don't know how to plaster. It's not the hawk, it's not the trowel, it's the coordination a fella may have. You guys using a square trowel, here's what you can do. After you already got it, now keep this in mind. You guys watch, you say, hey, the square trowel made the walls humpty and lumpty. The trowel didn't, you did. Here's the thing. When I'm gonna pull up right now, when I pull up, I'm gonna be pretending like there is no stucco, there is no wall. I'm gonna pull up straight. I'm not gonna pull up like this. And when I go sideways, I don't squish in. I feel the stucco, and I go in straight lines. That way you keep everything straight. For example, straight. I'm going straight. I mean, whether or not I'm looking at the wall or not, I'm going straight up. Same here. I'm going straight. I'm matching the weep screed. Say, okay, you take a window, you go straight. Now I'm looking what I'm doing, and I'm using the wall as a guide, but I'm more or less keeping my trowel. Say, here's the wall. I'm keeping my trowel straight like this. I'm not pushing in and letting the wall dictate my walls. Otherwise, I'll have super wavy walls. Let me show you. Get some of the clinkers off this. I just put it on, and already it's set and dry because we are close to 120 up, maybe 110 up here. Okay, you take it, and you feel the stucco. Feel it, and go in a straight line. Don't let the wall like dictate and make it wavy. You make it straight if that's what you're looking for. Show you one last thing here before I start giving this time and floating it, because we are losing the walls because it's so hot. All right, now here, you guys using a square trowel, take it straight up. Give yourself a gap on the window, a 1/4 inch usually. And then here, straighten that stuff out. On a day like today where it's so hot, no worries. You don't have to worry about, is it gonna set? It's set before I even got to it. Anyway, guys, I'll show you how we float this too. We're gonna match this text code. What's a text code? That's another story. Okay, guys, we are back. We are hustling now to try to make this work because it's pretty hot out here. If it's hot enough where my sweat is falling to my eyes. I can't see. That's pretty hot. Hot enough for me to take my back brace off. That is mighty hot. Anyway, what we're doing now, guys, is we are floating everything, and this stuff actually waits for nobody. When you guys do these one coat materials, you know, the beauty is you can do both coats in a day, but there's a lot of ifs, ands, or buts when using this, guys, so I won't go into all of them because I already did that on other videos. Say, like, if you drop stuff, leave it alone. Don't overmix it past 3 minutes. And okay, we're going into this finish into the text coat. So we take it here, and what I'm doing is I'm swiping this really hard. I want to bring out the aggregate. These folks here, they did the finish too, and they did a 2-coat system, and they floated it. They floated it sideways. I can see the marks. You're supposed to go in circles and bring some of the sand further out to match this, but it's good enough. They're happy with it. What we do is we do the same thing. We just hit it faster, and that way the aggregate is sand, could be rocks, could be anything, comes out and hides or blends in a little bit better to this. So I don't want to go too tight and slow. I want to make it look like perlite, sand, similar aggregate. Anyhow, guys, my name is Kirk, Jason on the camera. We thank you for watching this sweaty video, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Once again, folks, we thank you for watching, and I really enjoy all your comments.
If you guys like this video, please click the like button down below, and also if you enjoy what we do, subscribe to our channel so we can keep making these videos for you.
My name is Kirk.
And Jay.
We thank you for watching, and from the entire Giordano family, we'll see you on the next one.